Thank you so much, everyone, for staying with us. So the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, says it will deploy 46,084 regular and ad hoc staff for the November 11 governorship election in Imo, Bayelsa, and Kogi State. The chairman of the commission, Mahmoud Yakubu, says that they are ready for the election when he met with resident electoral commissioners at the INEC conference room today. Take a listen to some of what Professor Mahmoud said today.
All non-sensitive materials for the election have been delivered to the 3 states. Other preparatory activities, including training, are on course. Valuable lessons have been learned from the 2023 general election for improved performance in the forthcoming elections. Last week, we concluded a mock accreditation involving actual voters in designated polling units in the 3 states. We look forward to improved performance of the BVAS in voter accreditation and result upload in the forthcoming elections. While we are leaving no stone unturned in other areas of preparations for the governorship election, the Commission plans to deploy a total of 46,084 regular and ad hoc staff for the election.
Let's get some more updates before I get into the Imo governorship election race and the contest. Let's speak with the Chief Press Secretary to the INEC Chairman, Mr. Rotimi Oyekomi, who joins us virtually from Abuja. Thank you so much, Rotimi, for joining us tonight on the program. Let's begin this conversation by allowing Nigerians to have a sense of what the the chairman of INEC said today. He said INEC has learned the lessons and is working ahead of the November 11 election. Can you bring us up to speed with those lessons, the lessons that INEC has learned from the past elections that have brought you to this point?
Thank you very much, Shiv. No 2 elections are the same. Of course, the 2020 general election has its own peculiarities, just like other elections have had their own peculiarities. But essentially, we know that when we're preparing for elections, a lot of things are involved. People have to be trained, the ad hoc staff have to be trained. We have to make arrangements for logistics and transportation. We have to prepare the polling units. Our electoral officers have to be trained. We have to synergize with the security agents to take care of security matters. We also have to attend to the voters in terms of making the permanent voter cards available for them. So in preparing for these all 3 governorship elections, we began really by releasing the timetable 1 whole year ahead of time. And there were 13 activities listed in the timetable and schedule of activities, out of which we have carried out 11. And of course, as you heard the INEC chairman state during the meeting with the resident electoral commissioners, we have delivered all the non-sensitive materials needed for the election for the 3 states. Various trainings needed for the elections are ongoing as we speak. We are very hopeful that with the meetings we want to have with the security agents next week, things will work out well for us in that respect, because security is an issue and everybody's concerned about it. We're going to deploy technology. You know that the issue of BVAS was, very much talked about during the 2020 general election. And last week, we carried out the mock accreditation in the 3 states. In fact, the INEC chairman and his team were in Kogi State to monitor the mock accreditation. And that was for 2 purposes. The first one is to test the efficacy of the BVAS machine itself. You know, of course, that the machine is used for authentication. You bring your PVC to the polling units, and the BVAS is used to authenticate that polling unit, and then you have to go through the accreditation using either your fingerprints or facials. And of course, after the close of poll, after the results have been declared, I mean, ballots counted in the presence of party agents, security agents, and the voters who are around, and the figures entered into our polling unit election result for the form EC8A, the BVAS is used to snap the picture of that form EC8A and then upload it to the INEC result viewing portal. So those were the things that were tested last week, and they were successful. The actual voters that came out were authenticated, and of course, after the exercise, the result of the mock accreditation was uploaded successfully to the INEC result viewing portal. So I think that, yeah, go on.
Yeah, so I'd like to ask, in specifics, I think where a lot of Nigerians have their fears is in the transmission of results. What can you tell us tonight in specific that INEC has done to fix what INEC described as glitches ahead of November 11?
Cheung, let me make a clarification. We are not transmitting, we are uploading. There's a difference between transmitting and uploading. Now, when you are transmitting, it is assumed that you also do electronic collation of results. That's not what INEC is doing. All we are doing is that we are taking a picture of the polling unit results and uploading same to the INEC result viewing portal. So all you have on the IReV is just like a scoreboard in a stadium when there's a football match. You know what the scoreboard does? When a goal is scored, it is displayed on the scoreboard. That is exactly what IReV is. IReV is there to receive pictures of Form EC8As from the various polling units that are going to be posted or uploaded to it by the presiding officers. It doesn't do any other thing. And what does it do? It holds on to that information so that when Nigerians that have the protocols that have registered, that have the username, that have the password, log in and go to any polling unit, click on the state they want to view the results, go to the local government, go to the polling units, they can easily see this picture, you know, of the results. And then if they like, they can self-collate, but of course, nobody is allowed to announce the results of the election except INEC.
So, I mean, in that sense, you remember the problems INEC had in the presidential election, and a lot of Nigerians that have expressed their fears about the coming elections had equally said, look, are those problems resolved now? Is it a third-party problem? Are they resolved? What exactly could be the problem? Is it a hardware problem? Are they resolved? So can you tell us now, because I understand that technical issues and logistics issues are being catered and are being fixed at the moment by INEC. Are those glitches, the technical issues, have they been resolved?
I can affirm that those technical issues have been resolved. And like I said, last week we undertook the mock accreditation. And one of the reasons why we did that was to test run these technology gadgets that we're going to use, and it was successful. You know, glitches can happen in any instance. Even the big players like Facebook, like Instagram, like Twitter, they have what you call downtime. I have been in this situation because I'm very active on social media. I have been in a situation where I couldn't access Facebook for over 24 hours. I'm sure Nigerians will bear me out. So how do you describe that? It's a glitch. You understand? Technology can throw up challenges. But by and large, we have learned our lessons from the 2020 general election. And let me tell you, it was the first time we were deploying the IReV in a general election setting. We have been using the IReV for off-season governorship elections successfully. But it was the first time where we deployed it for the general election. But well, we had a glitch for some hours and we fixed it. But I can assure you that this time around, we're not going to have glitches.
Rosimi, bring us up to speed with what you know now as in relation to Adamawa and Sokoto REC. Those that are being scrutinized by INEC, what can you tell us about them?
Well, you remember what happened with the Adamawa rec. It took the action that it took, and the commission came out to denounce what it did, and we took our own action and recommended to the appointing authority to take action, which was taken. And we are, of course, in court. We are expecting prosecution, but we require cooperation of other stakeholders. So it's ongoing. And you know, of course, that when it comes to legal matter, because he has the right to defend himself, which he's trying to do, we have to flow with the movement of the court. So we are on it. And I'm sure that when other issues come up, Nigerians will hear about it.
So what about the Sokoto rec? You just mentioned the Adamawa rec. What about the Sokoto rec? The reason why I'm asking this question is for those who think that untoward activities or practices are being engaged by INEC top officials, and they are afraid that if anything is not done, and precisely to deal with those who are perpetrating some kind of fraudulent activities in our electoral process, it will continue. And in these 3 elections, there are those who have their fears that some people, some politicians may have compromised INEC top officials, and that's why it will be important to know whether or not those who have been alleged to have participated in untoward activity are brought to book. What about the Sokoto rec?
Thank you very much. First of all, the Commission takes its responsibility very seriously. And the code of conduct is there for our officials. If you do something wrong, you face the music. This Commission has never shied away from its responsibilities. The Sokoto rec that you talked about was suspended, and the suspension remains. And I tell you, by the time the Commission takes the next course of actions, Nigerians will get to know about it. We are not going to reward bad behavior. I want to assure Nigerians. And any official of INEC that steps out of line knows exactly what is waiting for him in terms of applying the sanctions that are well written, that are well articulated, and that are well known to them.
All right. Give us an idea of what is happening in relation, because the other day I spoke with the Bayelsa rec. He says there hasn't been any communication from the headquarters in respect of Timi Pre Silva, the candidate of the APC that was sacked by the court. What do we know about him? Has anything changed? Also, it would be good also for you to give us an understanding about the Imo State situation in respect of the Labour Party. Who do you recognize as of today as a flag bearer of the Labour Party in Imo? Give us, bring us up to speed on these 2 situations.
Thank you very much. Well, the first case you mentioned, the Commission has not taken a decision on that. When the Commission takes a decision, it will be communicated to Nigerians. But the second instance, I'm sure you are referring to the PRP nomination. We received the court order last week, and we are complying. But let me say this. The party did not nominate any candidates during the window for nomination. But well, they went to court, and the court said we should accept the nomination. And of course, the Commission has a good record of complying with court orders, so we are going to comply.
So tell us, who is the APC? Does the APC have a candidate in Bayelsa State today?
Come again?
APC in Bayelsa State. Do they have a candidate as of now?
Now, this is the situation. When there are legal cases, you have to wait until the end of the legal issues. Okay? Because things can happen within a few days or a few weeks. And so if you have something today and the person is appealing to a higher court, you have to wait until the higher court takes a decision. So, but what I'm saying is that when the final decision on that particular matter is taken, the Commission will come out to say, this is exactly what the situation is. But please, let's take it easy and let's wait till the Commission takes that decision.
What about the Labour Party in Imo State? Who is the flag bearer as of today?
I have just said to you, Sheung, that we received a court order asking INEC to accept the nomination, and we are going to do so. And of course, when we do so, Nigerians will be informed.
Now,
but like I said,
you are making reference to PRP situation. I'm talking about the Labour Party in Imo. Who is the candidate as of today?
The Labour Party, I don't have any information on that. I'm sorry.
On your website, Ethan Ashonu is what is uploaded on your website, and I just want to confirm whether or not that subsists.
Well, if it's on our website, then it subsists. What I'm saying is that if there are, we have a period for publishing the list of candidates. And of course, when court orders come, for instance, then if the court says we should drop a particular name and accept another, we do so. And then in the remarks column, we then say by court order. All right. So if the name is on our website, because I'm not aware of any substitution or whether INEC has taken a decision on that, I'm not aware of that. But if there is a change, it is something that will be announced to the general public.
But before I allow you to go, Rotimi, can you assure Nigerians that for what has become a dented and a possible damage to the reputation of INEC, is INEC able to fix that in these 3 elections coming on the 11th of November?
Sheung, let me say this. This commission is committed to free, fair, and credible elections. As far as we are concerned, we have not done anything to damage our reputation. I think that some Nigerians are very emotional about the way they react to election results. And the situation is not helped by the politicians, the candidates, because when they lose election, they say things that instigate some emotional upheaval in their supporters. But like I always tell people, what INEC is doing now will not be appreciated now until later. It is later, maybe long after we have gone, that people will then look back at what we have done, what we did in 2023, and appreciate the kind of work and the kind of diligence that went into that election. So we haven't changed. We are the same. We conduct credible elections. We don't favor any political party. We don't favor any candidate. That is our job. Now, the results may not go the way some people want, but it doesn't stop the fact that INEC is committed to free, fair, and credible elections. So we have a free mind. For these 3 off-season governorship elections, we are going to do exactly what we have been doing, provide a level playing ground, and give all the voters the chance to express their will, and the result that will come out to reflect the will of the people. I can assure Nigerians that.
Rotimi Oyekomi is the Chief Press Secretary to the INEC Chairman. Thank you so much indeed for your time tonight. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.